What's next in the village? Next week on Emmerdale, Steph makes her presence in the village known and Ruby is rocked by the arrival of her estranged dad Anthony. Elsewhere, Jai recruits Ross in his revenge mission against Caleb, and Kane is tormented by his darkest fears as Moira undergoes brain surgery. Here's our full guide to the 13 big moments coming up. 1. Ruby attacks Steph. Ruby is reeling in shock at seeing her estranged daughter Steph again and sends Caleb away so they can have it out. During their confrontation, Ruby is rattled to learn that Steph was in contact with her late mother, Helen. Ruby tries to understand more about the nature of their relationship, but as Steph vents about her dysfunctional childhood, Ruby's pushed to the brink. Seeing red, she slaps Steph hard across the face. 2. Steph walks away from Ruby. Following her violent outburst, regretful Ruby is full of apologies. Steph isn't interested in hearing it, though. She storms out of the house, declaring that her mum has never cared about her. 3. Caleb tries to comfort Ruby. Meanwhile, Caleb confides in Chas over his fears of losing Steph again. He returns home to find Ruby in a state, trying to convince herself that they gave Steph a good upbringing. Caleb tries to put his wife at ease and promises Steph will come round, but there's a sense Ruby isn't sharing the full story with him. 4. Ruby's father arrives in the village. Next morning, Caleb and Ruby are horrified to see Steph leaving the B&B, having clearly spent the night with Ross. Caleb wants to know what's going on and offers his daughter a position as partner of the depot. Steph agrees to hear what Ruby has to say over coffee, but just as it seems mother and daughter are on the verge of a breakthrough, Ruby's dad Anthony suddenly walks into the cafe. 5. Caleb is caught between Ruby and Anthony. Realizing at once that Steph must have orchestrated Anthony's arrival, Ruby refuses to speak to him and hurries out. Caleb decides he'll try and get to the bottom of what's going on and goes to see his father-in-law. Anthony pleads his case and Caleb is touched by his sincerity. He accepts a mysterious box to give to Ruby, but can Caleb convince her to give Anthony a chance? 6. Jai rejects Caleb's job offer. In a bid to appease Steph, Caleb offers Jai a job at the depot, but he throws it back in his face. Laurel convinces her ex to swallow his pride and take Caleb up on the position. He pays a visit to the depot but is not happy to learn he might be having to take orders from Caleb's daughter. This is something Jai definitely doesn't want to do. 7. Jai and Ross join forces against Caleb. Ross is also on the lookout for work, but is turned away by Caleb, who doesn't want him sniffing around Steph. Jai witnesses the pair's exchange and goes to Ross with a proposition. He wants him to steal a consignment of Caleb's valuable stock that's due in the next day. Will Ross go for it? 8. Steph rumbles Ross's plan. Having received a tip-off from Jai, Ross agrees to the plan. While Jai distracts Carrie at the depot, Ross covertly steals one of the business's vans. With the deed done, Ross drives the vehicle to a nearby barn, but as he goes to offload the loot he finds Steph hidden amongst it and demanding to know what he's playing at. 9. Moira and Kane fear the worst. Emotions are running high at Butler's as an anxious Moira prepares for her brain surgery, and Kane struggles to cope with the possibility of losing his soulmate. Tormented by his darkest fears, Kane finds himself alone in the garage as he panics over what the future could hold without Moira in it. 10. Moira undergoes surgery. In a special episode of Emmerdale, viewers will follow brave Moira as she undergoes her life-saving operation. Kane's story will play in reverse chronological order and starts with Caleb discovering his brother in a drunken state with bloodied hands. All will be revealed as Kane's difficult day unfolds. 11. Kim makes Will an offer. Will's hopes of getting back in Kim's good books are dashed when she offers him £100,000 to clear out of her life. Dawn later confides in Will about her problems with Billy, and he promises she won't ever have to worry about money again. Will renews his determination to win in his battle against Kim, but has he underestimated who he's dealing with? 12. Kim is the victim of an attempted robbery. There's an attempted theft at home farm when a hooded figure tries to make off with Kim's flash motor. By the time Kim gets to the scene, the culprit is long gone. After a little investigation work, Kim discovers who's responsible and confronts them with an ultimatum. 13. Pollard has a romantic surprise for Brenda. There could be wedding bells this Christmas when Pollard reveals his intention to make an honest woman out of Brenda. His marriage proposal comes as a shock to Brenda, who wasn't expecting it.